What if I told you that the most powerful pharmacy in the world is not located at your local drugstore, but is actually located inside your own brain? For decades, we have dismissed the placebo effect as a nuisance or a trick, believing that if a patient gets better after taking a sugar pill, their illness must have been imaginary. But modern neuroscience has discovered that the placebo effect is actually a measurable biological event where your brain produces its own custom-made drugs to heal the body. The question is no longer, is it real, but rather, how can we consciously trigger this superpower without needing to be tricked by a doctor? Before we learn how to hack your own biology, I have a small request regarding the visuals you are about to see. Please don't mind if the picture looks different from the narrative, as I generated it using AI to help visualize the invisible connection between mind and body. Today, we are exploring biofeedback and the placebo effect to see how we can master the mind-body connection. Here are 10 facts about how your thoughts influence your cells, and I want you to tell me which one makes you feel the most powerful. Fact 1. The internal pharmacy. The first fact is that your brain is fully capable of producing the exact same chemicals that you buy in a pill bottle, often in much stronger doses. When you take a painkiller, it works because it attaches to receptors in your brain, but your brain can produce its own natural painkillers, called endorphins, that attach to those same receptors. The placebo effect is simply your brain deciding to open its own medicine cabinet and release these chemicals because it expects relief is coming. You are walking around with a lifetime supply of drugs inside your head, waiting for the right signal to be released. Fact 2. Open-label placebos. For a long time, we thought that for a placebo to work, the patient had to be lied to and told that the sugar pill was real medicine. However, groundbreaking studies on open-label placebos have proven that the effect works even if you know the pill is fake, as long as you understand how the placebo effect works. This means that the ritual of taking care of yourself is enough to trigger a healing response, even without the element of deception. You do not need to be tricked. You just need to participate in your own healing. Fact 3. The nocebo effect. The power of belief is a double-edged sword, because if you believe something will hurt you, your brain will physically create those negative symptoms. This is called the nocebo effect, and it explains why patients who read the side effects on a medicine bottle are 3 times more likely to experience those side effects than those who don't. If you constantly worry about getting sick, your brain sends stress signals that suppress your immune system, essentially fulfilling your own prophecy. Your mind can be a healer, but it can also be a poisoner if you are not careful with your thoughts. Fact 4. Heart rate variability. One of the most effective ways to control your physiology is through a metric called heart rate variability, which measures the gaps between your heartbeats. By using biofeedback monitors that show your heart rhythm on a screen, you can learn to breathe in a specific way that forces your heart into a state of coherence. This synchronizes your heart and brain, instantly lowering stress hormones and activating the body's natural repair mode. You can literally use your breath to tell your heart that everything is going to be okay. Fact 5. Thermal regulation. Tibetan monks have practiced a form of biofeedback called tummo for centuries, allowing them to raise their body temperature using only their minds. By visualizing a fire in their belly, they can dry wet sheets draped over their naked bodies while sitting in the freezing snow. Modern biofeedback devices can teach regular people to warm their hands by directing blood flow with their mind, proving that we can control our circulatory system. You have a thermostat inside your mind, but most people have never learned how to turn the dial. Fact 6. Conditioned immunity. Just like Pavlov's dogs learned to salivate at the sound of a bell, your immune system can be trained to react to specific tastes or smells. In experiments, rats given immune-boosting drugs along with sweet water eventually learned to boost their immunity when drinking the sweet water alone, with no drugs present. This suggests that we could eventually train our bodies to fight cancer or infection simply by drinking a specific flavor that we have associated with medicine. We can program our white blood cells to follow commands just like a computer program. Fact 7. The ritual effect. A large part of the placebo effect comes from the drama and ritual of medical treatment, such as the white coat, the stethoscope, and the act of swallowing a pill. The brain recognizes these symbols as signs of safety and help, which triggers a relaxation response that aids in recovery. You can hack this by creating your own healing rituals, such as a specific tea or meditation practice that signals to your body that it is time to heal. You are the director of a play, and your cells are the actors reacting to the scene you set. Fact 8. Pain getting. pain is not just a physical sensation coming from an injury. It is a decision made by the brain based on how much danger it thinks you are in. Biofeedback allows people to watch their brain activity in real time and learn how to mentally turn down the volume on pain signals by changing their focus and emotional state. Patients can close the pain gates in the spinal cord, blocking the signal before it ever reaches the conscious mind. You cannot always stop the injury, but you can choose whether or not to suffer from it. Fact 9. The expectation molecule. Dopamine is often called the pleasure molecule, but it is actually the expectation molecule that drives the placebo effect when you expect a positive outcome. Your brain releases dopamine, which acts as a potent painkiller and immune booster. This means that optimism is not just a nice personality trait. It is a biological survival mechanism that physically alters your chemistry. Hope is a compound that you synthesize in your neurons. Fact 10. The mirror feedback. One of the most fascinating uses of biofeedback is using mirrors to cure phantom limb pain in amputees by using a mirror to make it look like the missing limb is moving again. The brain receives visual feedback that the limb is healthy, which instantly stops the pain. This proves that visual information can override physical sensation, allowing us to trick the brain into fixing a problem that doesn't physically exist. Your brain trusts what it sees, so show it a picture of health. We have covered 10 keys to mind-body mastery: the internal pharmacy, open-label placebos, the nocebo effect, heart rate variability, thermal regulation, conditioned immunity, the ritual effect, pain gating, the expectation molecule, and mirror feedback. I want you to pause and comment below. Which of these abilities would you most like to unlock in your own body? While all of these are incredible, the most practical choice to start with is number 2. Open-label placebos. The realization that you can heal yourself without being tricked is the ultimate freedom. It means you can create a daily ritual like drinking a glass of water with intention and consciously tell your body to use that moment to repair itself. And it will actually work. If you want to train your brain to be smarter and healthier, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. The placebo effect works best when you believe in it, and this channel works best when you like the video, so please give it a click. I will see you in the next one. Heal yourself.